guys. Good morning, guys. Ah, it's January 1st, 2025. I'm excited and I hope you all are excited. I'm wishing every one of my subscribers and as many as will come across this video a happy, blissful, and memorable 2025. I'm so excited that this year has come forth. Um, Looking forward to what 2025 has to offer, having faith and believing in God. Oh my God, I'm feeling cold, guys. Let me get my coat. So, as I was saying, having faith and believing in God for all my heart desires and that of my family. Oh, looking back at 2024, it was that year. 2024 was such a year. Yeah, it was. It was. It was tough, but I would say it wasn't as well. I would just rather use the word a challenging year. Um, there was a whole lot that happened in 2024. We had good times, and then we had times when we had our low mood. In 2024, um, I had a miscarriage in January. That experience, oh my God, if you haven't been there, you will never really understand another woman talking about losing a pregnancy, whether at an early stage or at a later stage. I had a miscarriage in January. I can't forget. It was such a traumatic experience for me. But at the end of the day, I was grateful to God because sometimes you don't, you know, um, linger on crying over these things because you never know the will of God. At some point, I said to myself, what if I had this baby and eventually um, it becomes that I gave birth to a child that had some challenge, you know? So I have to be going back and forth to hospital, dealing with a child with challenging behavior. So at some point, I braced up and I was grateful to God and hoping that more blessings will come my way. Again, that same 2024, I got pregnant in March, even without knowing. But at a later stage, I started feeling some symptoms, which was directed towards pregnancy, just almost immediately after the miscarriage, let me say, maybe 2 months after, even before my period returned. So I got pregnant. I became very happy. I was excited about that. I had my baby in October 2024. It was such a good moment for me and my family. My husband traveled to Nigeria and God brought him back safely. We had times when our health, was a bit shaky. We visited the A&E. Thankfully, it wasn't such a complicated issue, and God saw us through. Myself, I've been to A&E this last year. I was in A&E last year. My husband visited A&E. So I'm grateful to God. I'm grateful to God. We had a time when my son had a fall on the staircase. We had almost a week of headache, which was, a bit worrying for me. Went to GP, called 111 and all of that. But thankfully it got resolved. No complication came from there. The kids, they had periods of, when they were down, and thankfully believing God with medications and all whatnot, they became well. So that's why I said 2024 was challenging, but it wasn't that bad for me. It wasn't that bad for me. Grateful to God that at our various workplaces, myself and my husband, were fine. Yeah, for me in particular, there was a time in 2024 when I felt so downcasted in my spirit at work. There was a time when it was tough. There was a time when it was challenging. There was a time when, I asked myself, is this what I'm going to do for the rest of my life? But in the midst of all those questions, I still could hear that still small voice that will keep telling me, keep pushing, keep pushing. In 2024, my parents, my in-laws, they had health issues at one point or the other, but God still spared their lives, gave them good health. They're still here with us in 2025, which we are very much grateful about. So 2024 wasn't that bad for me, but in general, around the world, particularly in my country of origin, Nigeria, it was a very tough year. You see, when people say that, oh, they are abroad and they don't care what happens in their home country, I don't know how people think, but for me, I and my family are the only ones abroad, right? So I still have parents back home in Nigeria. I haven't cut ties with my home country. I still love my country, Nigeria. I have in-laws in Nigeria. So if Nigeria is not good, I will indirectly feel the heat as well. So it was a very tough year. It was a very tough year in Nigeria. But we thank God for his interventions in the life of my family, my friends, and we are looking forward to 2025 that things will be better off. Last year, 2024, my sister-in-law finished her school, graduated, and we're happy about that. It's been 5 years of studying, so we are grateful to God for that accomplishment. So it's been a whole lot. Life cannot always be sweet, as we all know. Sometimes, it's a bit shaky, but your ability to keep pushing, it's what makes you a go-getter. So I'm hoping that this year, 2025, you watching me right now, I pray that God will perfect everything that concerns you in 2025. On the streets of YouTube, you guys know that when I got pregnant, with all those miscarriage and then pregnancy following suit and all the challenges of pregnancy, I was not posting on YouTube. I ghosted YouTube for months, but it's not a regret either. But I thank God for how much I was able to achieve last year on YouTube. Last year on YouTube, before I went MIA on YouTube, I was, I've not been monetized yet, but I was able to get up to 4,000 watch hours that last year, even though that's supposed to be achieved in 1 year. But then my subscriber count, couldn't rise because I wasn't consistent and all of that. But I hope and believe God that this year, 2025, I'll be a bit more consistent. And you watching me will subscribe to my channel and support me. This YouTube channel is more like, if you've been following me very well, I have 2 YouTube channels. I'm a nurse, so I do health content as well. I also ghosted that channel when I got pregnant. And this other channel now that you're watching on is more of like my life diary. I talk about nursing, lifestyle, vlogs, living in the UK. It is something that I will get old and look back at to say, oh, this is what my life was like. So it's like a diary I'm documenting. And I'm believing God that in this year 2025, He will prosper all that concerned me in this channel in Jesus' name. Anyway, guys, I wish you a memorable Christmas is gone now. I wish you a memorable 2025, and I pray for you watching me that 2025 is going to be that year that you look back to and say, God, I'm grateful for all you did for me in 2025. I'll see you guys in my next video. But please, before you click out, subscribe to my channel. It's free, and click on the bell icon beside it so that anytime I upload a new video, you will be notified. I'll see you guys, and I love you guys bountifully. Bye.